Bless your heart. Thank you so much.
The Dodgers' ties to integration begin with Jackie Robinson, but they do not end there. By Jackie's side for most of his career was Don Newcombe. Not only was Newcombe one of baseball's great pitchers, his impact outside the game, on American history, was transformative during the Civil Rights era. Today, with Newcombe's recent passing, one of the Dodgers' few remaining connections to the Negro Leagues is gone. But his legacy lives on through the people whose lives he influenced.
He was definitely one of my mentors, you know, somebody that I talked to a lot. He touched a lot of lives, and you could see by how many people showed up from, you know, coming from different states to pay their respects and say bye to him one last time.
I think about him very often. I think the way that he connected with people of his generation and the current generation, it's pretty simple. He was honest, he was present, and he gave his time.
You know, Newk's ability to connect with guys was off the charts. Wasn't shy, wasn't afraid to call guys over, wasn't afraid to have conversations, wasn't afraid to say, hey man, you know, what the heck are you doing? It was in such a genuine way that, you know, it kind of brought you in and it shook you a little bit, like a little bit of a wake-up call. And then at the same time, you're just in awe because it's Don Newcombe. It was just so valuable and something that I'll never forget those conversations that we had.
On behalf of the Newcombe family, we'd like to thank everyone for coming and celebrating the life of Don Newcombe. You know, Don's whole life can be summed up with one conversation he had with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. After concluding a tour of marches where he was beaten and thrown in jail, Dr. King had dinner at Don Newcombe's home. Dr. King told him, "You'll never know how easy you made it for me to do my job, but what you did on a baseball field." 28 days later, Dr. King was assassinated. You see, every time Don threw a strike, he silenced his critics. Every time Don hit a home run, because we all know he can go deep, he proved all men were equal. President Barack Obama said it best, "I would not be here if it weren't for Don Newcombe."
As one of only a handful of African-American players in the big leagues, Newcombe endured some appalling behavior, including racial epithets and death threats, and he was eager to share his experiences with the ensuing generations of players to help them appreciate and understand the subsequent progress.
Don always wanted to let the players know what it took for him. They were very much amazed that a baseball player had to go through what Jackie, Roy, and Don had to go through to just play baseball. And that was part of the legacy that he wanted to leave with these young players.
You know, for me and my family, you know, Don is just that, family. Every time I saw him, we talked about my grandfather Sam, who he played against many, many years in the Negro Leagues and the big leagues. And for them to have that type of relationship, it just really brought me comfort.
Newk always found ways to make you feel significant. And Karen and Don, I love you for that.
I have to say thank you to you guys. I'm not open Jack, but you was there too. You know?
It's
you changed life for us.
You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him.
Otherwise I won't be here, you know? So I just wanted you to say thank you too.
It was something that kept him going. That's why every time they'll talk about him now being at batting practice and sitting in the owner's box, and that's what they're going to miss. He's no longer there. That was important to him, to feel like he was a part of this organization and helping a team you know, even if it was a small part, helping this team become what they have become.
We talk a lot about Don's dress and the attention to detail, and for me, that spoke class. I really hope we all take heed in a lot of things that he talked about and allow his legacy to continue to live on. We think about him every day, and we love you, Don.